Today, I'm gonna take you through a meditation on Psalm 46. How many of you guys Psalm 46 is a special one for you? Is anybody in here where that's like one of your go-tos? Come on, let's go. Me and Margene, a couple of Psalm 46, and so I'm gonna just lay out how we're gonna do this today. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let Shane sing Psalm 46 to you. And they've done a really nice job paraphrasing Psalm 46. So we're going to listen to this song together. And I've got the lyrics. We're going to have the lyrics put up for you. So if you want to sing along, go for it. But I want to have the lyrics put up for you. So if you want to sing along, go for it. But I want you to just kind of sit and just bask in this. As we prepare to do that, I want to share a quote with you regarding Psalm 46. Speaking of Martin Luther, when in greatest distress, would call for this psalm, saying, "Let us sing the 46th psalm in concert, and then let the devil do his worst." I just love that quote. Let's sing this together, and then you know what? After that, let the devil do whatever he thinks he can do. That's some confidence right there. And my desire today is, as we take a look at Psalm 46 today, that our hearts would be comforted and that we would be able to take some steps to remember who God is and what He's doing and who we are in relationship with Him, that we can rest even in the midst of maybe some tumultuous things that might be going on in our lives. So let's begin now. We're going to listen to this together, and then we're going to approach this psalm a couple different ways. So let's go for it.
Oh, come behold the works of God, the nations at His feet. He breaks the bow and bends the spear and tells the wars to cease. Almighty One of Israel, you are on our side. We walk by faith in God who burns the chariots with fire. Earth it bows and all the mountains move into their sea. Oh Lord, you know the spirit, you let them us and win. Oh God, who makes the mountains melt, come wrestle us and win. Those who lead us in those who lead us. Oceans roar, you are the Lord of all, the one who calms the wind, waves and makes my heart be still. Though the earth gives way, the mountains move into the sea, the nations rage. I know my God is in control. The oceans roar, you are the Lord of all, the one who calms the wind and waves, makes my heart be still. Though the earth gives way, the mountains move into the sea,
Selah. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. And therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. And then there's the stop, Selah. The chaos, the trouble, the fear, the mountain falling into the sea. How many of you have been through a time where everything's wrong? I remember listening to this song. I'm sorry, I'm really emotional today. Whew. Thank you, Jesus. All right, Jason, tag, you're in. I remember listening to this. Come on, here we go. Whew, third time, here we go. This song with Tito. When we were losing him, and we were sitting in his backyard underneath the grapes, and just knowing that he was going to be going home. But it was also beautiful to know this isn't it. This ain't the end. We're saying goodbye, but we'll say hello again. I remember waiting after we had Mercy and we wanted to have another kid, and then we had to wait 5 years to conceive. And I remember just waiting. Lord, when are you going to answer these prayers? And Autumn Grace is going to be 20 next month. He's a good God. Sometimes everything goes wrong. Sometimes things are completely out of control. And the psalmist in this time, he's saying, everything is out of control. But at the same time, using this beautiful psalm, and they're saying, what do I do? How do I come back to a place of peace when I'm completely out of control and all the players in this are bigger than me? And the psalmist is saying, God's strength and ever-present help in trouble. And therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way. We're not denying that this earth, how many of you guys have noticed that this earth trembles sometimes, doesn't it? That nations rage, mountains fall into the heart of the sea, and the waters roar and foam. Oh, thanks, man. A cup of cold water. You will not lose your reward. It's in the Bible. And so then he continues. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her, and she will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar. Kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice. God of Jacob is our fortress. Selah. Those Selahs are the hardest thing for me. I don't know about you guys, but some of you are better at Selahs, I suppose. It's a pause. It's a time to meditate and to be silent and wait and just let the gravity, the weight of that thing, good or bad, to just rest for a moment. There's a great quote from Spurgeon. He says, "It were well if all of us could say Selah under tempestuous trials. But alas, too often we speak in our haste. We lay our trembling hands bewildered among the strings, and we strike the lyre with a rude crash and mar the melody of our life song." I'm quick to do that. I don't know about you guys, but I constantly try to fix it with more words, which I think God in his grace, I'm surprised he lets me come up here. The guy who's always trying to fix things with more words. But it's in that Selah, and we're getting to this. There's something about stopping our own effort. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but here in this psalm also, what we see at the end of each of these refrains is that he's the God of Jacob. The God of Jacob is our fortress. And as Shane and Shane, they were paraphrasing this from both the Message and then also And as Shane probably is, but they say, God of Jacob, come wrestle us and win. I love that about this psalm, that here's everything's going crazy in the world, and the sons of Korah are singing this song, and they're saying, you're the God of Jacob. What is Jacob known for doing? Wrestling, right? He was hustling, man. Jacob was like a lot of us. He's like, all right, I got plans. I'm gonna make this thing happen. What's up, Esau? You want some soup? I'll take your birthright. You know, while you're out hunting, I'm gonna dress up in a goat skin and I'm gonna take the blessing. Jacob was always working. He was terrible at Selah to start, as it were. He was hustling. How many of you guys, you'd much rather say you're sorry, right, than ask permission? Anybody here? It's easier. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Anybody gonna admit to that aside from me? Okay. Yeah, we're hustling. We're doing the best that we can with the strength that we have. But what do we do when our strength isn't enough? And here the psalmist is inviting us to see that the God of Jacob is our fortress. And what did Jacob wrestle for? What did he get? The blessing from God. There came a point, and we know this story, and it's a mysterious story in so many ways, but I think we can draw from this aspect of it here as the psalmist is calling our attention to it, and we're taking a moment to say, Selah, the Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Jacob, the one who wrestled with God and said, don't leave until you bless me. He understood. He got to this point where he's like, man, unless the Lord blesses me, all this other stuff I'm doing is just not enough. I stole my brother's birthright. He hates me, right? I've been hustling. I've been doing everything I can within my own power. And what has it brought me? I'm outside of the land that I'm supposed to be a part of. And he runs into, and he wrestles with God, and God says, you wrestled with me and you prevailed. And what did he prevail to get? The blessing of the Lord. What is it that we really need above all things? Is it more information? Does anybody here, if you could just have more information, is that going to change the area in your life that's out of control? Do you just need to know a little more about it? I already know the answer. Yeah, it's just empty. Who cares why? I don't care why. I need God to move in that situation. Are you with me? And so Jacob, the God of Jacob, and I love the fact that God lets us know him by his story with these very flawed and very human people in history. That God says, oh, you want to know who I am? I'm the God of Jacob. Right? That's like, you know, like if you guys were like, hey, you want to know who I am? I'm like the friend of Pee Wee Herman. Like, Joshua, why are you telling me that? Because I really love him. I'm just saying, as for comparison, isn't it weird that God brags that he's friends with all these flawed, weak, ridiculous humans like us? Does anybody else ever wonder about that? Like, Lord, you're going to let your name be known by our names? And he's like, absolutely. I want people to know how well I love and how I am with my friends. With my friends, and you're my friend. And Jacob was my friend, and I blessed Jacob. And I'm going to bless you. Do you guys see that? The God of Jacob is with us. The God of Jacob is with us. The one that was able, I take a lot of comfort in this, guys. When I read the word, at first when I was young, I just judged all these knuckleheads. How about you guys? You're just like, what is wrong with you people? If I was there, I would have done it so different. And then the older I get, I'm like, God, I'm really glad about how faithful you are with these people. It gives me hope because, man, I have spent some time with me, and I'm glad you're the kind of God that says, I'm the God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. And so here's this meditation, and we're saying, okay, you're the God of Jacob. He is our fortress. The one who doesn't stop, the one who comes into the chaos of what we may have done to ourselves, as well as what this world and other things may be doing to us. And he says, I, the God of Jacob, am your fortress. Do you see that? And I love how Shane and Shane paraphrase that. Oh, God of Jacob, come, wrestle us and win. I don't want to be right. Do you guys ever get sick of your own opinions? Like I do, and I talk out loud a lot, so it's worse for me. I'm an auditory processor. Other people don't need to be there. And at a certain point, I'm like, I don't care what I think, Lord. I want to wrestle with you and have you win. And I'm also glad you let me wrestle with you. You guys see the invitation in that we get to come to him and say, Lord, this isn't fair. Lord, this is hard. Lord, this is broken. This is distant. This is whatever it is. Your own heart knows your own troubles, right? And we wrestle with him. How long, Lord? How long? And he lets us wrestle with him. Isn't that beautiful that God shows up? He's not like, you know what, you just think about it. I'll come back later and talk to you. He's like, no, get in here. Get in here. Like, let's do this. Come on, right? Did anybody here ever watch Princess Bride? You remember when Wesley is wrestling with Andre the Giant? He's like, you know, and Andre's just sort of sitting there, and he's like, what are you doing? Are you just playing around with me or what? And he goes, well, I don't want you to feel like you're not doing well. I feel like that's what it's like when we wrestle with the Lord, where he's just like, get over here. Just get over here, like, wail on me a little bit. I can handle it. But then he says, let me bless you now. Are you tired? Are you weary? Are you tired of struggling? Let's just turn this into a hug, son. You've wrestled, you're tired. Now let me just hug you. And now let me bless you. Those are some thoughts that come to mind as I look at Psalm 46. Lord, I want to wrestle with you, and I want you to win. I want to find out where I'm wrong, and I want to find out where I'm right, and I want you to be right. I want to remember who you are. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fall. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar. Kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice and the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done. The desolations he's brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. And he says, be still and know that I'm God. I want you to stand up real quick. We're going to do something together here. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start like this. Make a fist with your left hand. Take your right hand. We're going to put it there. I want you to push as hard as you can, and we're going to just count to 5. Ready? Set hard as you can. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Okay, we're going to go the other side now. Let's go the other way. Ready, set, go. Let's go to 10 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, push. 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Okay, now let's go like this. I want you to pull this time. Now you're going to pull as hard as you can. Let's go to 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Okay, switch. Go to the other side. We're going to go 10 this time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Okay, just let your arms just rest. You can grab a seat. In this verse it says, he says, be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. That phraseology, be still. Another way that you can interpret those words, if you go and dig into this, is the word relax. It's the word slack, to let go slack, to rest, to cease from tension, to cease from striving, to cease from pulling, to relax. Just how many of us, when we're seeing all the things that are going on in life, we tense up. We want to put in effort. How many of you guys are good at efforting, right? It's just like, okay, here we go. I'm gonna really think this through. Some of us we're very cerebral, and so it might not be muscle tension that we're straining in, but it's brain tension, and we're like, okay, what I'll do is I'm gonna talk to them, and I'm gonna figure this out, and I'm gonna add this, and I'm gonna move that, and I'm gonna talk. Okay, I'll go over there, and then no, wait, that's not gonna work. Okay, let me think. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk to them, and then I'm gonna move this, and then okay, but that wouldn't work. Okay, I'm gonna borrow this. I'm gonna do that, and your brain's just, and the Lord goes, relax. Relax, though the mountains crumble into the sea, though the nations rage, though the earth melts, relax. I'm your God. I'm your God. I'm the God that makes wars cease. I'm the God that takes weapons and we beat them into plows so we can make food with them. We don't need war anymore. I'm the God that does all of this. You relax. Just relax. Why? Because I'm your God. Relax because you can remember who's your daddy. The God of Jacob is your fortress. You don't have to wrestle. You've got my blessing. The God of Jacob. I'm your God. Now, your heart right now knows the places that are outside of your control. Each of us have them. And if you're in a beautiful season right now, just enjoy it. And you don't have to worry that the other shoe is going to drop at some point. Relax. He's our God. And I feel like this morning I just want to invite us to refresh ourselves that He is our God. That He is our God. That we're not going to figure out everything right away. He doesn't always give us all the information of how it's going to go. But I can tell you this. It's going to go the best possible way for you because He is your God. And no matter what happens, He has promised that He will work it to good. Even the terrible things. You remember Joseph, he says, to his brothers, they sold him into slavery, and he goes, I know, you meant it for evil, but my God meant it for good. So even the evil stuff that happens, it's not that God's doing it to you, but He'll turn even that stuff to your good. Relax. Rest. Rest from striving. Rest from worrying. Rest from efforting. Relax and say, okay, Lord, I just remembered. You're my God. Can you receive that? When we were part of a tambourine team some years ago, the leader, her name was Angelique, and she's Dutch, and then she's also has some Israeli heritage. And Karen went with them to Israel. They would go, and we went to several different reservations, and we would go with Native American tribes and do reconciliation conferences, and they would do these different patterns. But there was of dance, which was very fun. They had all these different patterns with the tambourine team of choreographed patterns. But there would be times where we just have open worship. And oftentimes, Angelique would find a song, and it was kind of like the intercession prayer of that moment. And we would listen to a song, and you'd just be like, the presence of God would just come, and everybody's just a mess, and you're just like, whew, just like, okay, Lord, this is awesome. And it would end, and you'd just be sort of sitting there, and Angelique would go, again? And we'd just play it again. And then we'd get to the end, and then she would go, again? We're going to do that again. We're going to play this song one more time. And I want you to just let your heart embrace that this is true of our God, and therefore what our God has said is true for you. And as we're listening to this song again together, I want you to look at those places where you're just straining with all of your heart. You're just pushing with all of your desire, and they're good desires, and you want good outcomes, but your effort isn't changing anything. You and I's invitation and inheritance is to let go and relax and say, wait a minute, the God of Jacob is my God, and he's working. Now, if the Lord has an action step for you, he'll tell you, but it's from that place of Selah, from that place of rest, that we say, God, though all these things happen, you are working, and I'm going to be okay. And the people that I'm praying for, he's got them too. Amen? So let's just listen to this again together. Let's meditate upon this. And then Kristen's going to come up and close the service. And if you need prayer at that point, please come forward.
Oh, come behold the works of God, the nations at his feet. He breaks the bow and bends the spear and tells the wars to cease. Almighty One of Israel, you are on our side. We walk by faith in God who burns the chariots with fire. Lord of hosts, you're with us in the fire, with us as a shelter, with us in the storm. You will lead us through the fiercest battle. Oh, where else would we go with the Lord of hosts? Oh, God of Jacob, fierce and great, you lift your voice to speak. The earth it bows and all the mountains move into their sea. Oh Lord, you know the hearts of men, still you let them live. God who makes the mountains melt, come wrestle us and win. Oh God who makes the mountains melt, come wrestle us and win. Lord of hosts, you're with us in the fire, with us as a shelter, with us in the storm. You will lead us through the fiercest battle. Oh, where else would we go with the Lord of hosts? The oceans roar, you are the Lord of all, the one who calms the wind, waves and makes my heart be still. Though the earth gives way, the mountains move into the sea, the nations rage. I know my God is in control. The oceans roar, and you are the Lord of all, the one who calms the wind and waves, makes my heart be still. Though the earth gives way, the mountains move into the sea, the nations